Okay. Okay, buddy. You have no idea how many times I've made this video. Actually, I could tell you 3. Look, 18 minutes long.
This game well, but you had some positional error. It's basically like you're not moving.
Black screen the
So
whole
you
time.
kind of-
It's so annoying. Every time I make a video for you, it's bugged. Okay. It's legit so annoying. Okay, I just typed to you black screen the whole time. I'm making this video legit right now. I already know what I want to say. First of all, your landing shifty shots, a great drop. You get contested. You kill the guys contesting pretty quickly. I would say that your looting path isn't fast enough. The fact that you're rotating to the first storm this late means your looting path isn't fast enough. I would say maybe you're not getting the most efficient metal. Maybe you're not getting the most efficient wood. Whatever it is, just make sure you're looking at your looting path and like making sure it's okay. So I don't know. It's basically like with your duo, especially like you and your duo need to make sure you're looting efficiently. You're fucking perfectly looting and whatnot. Okay. Now, ignoring that, I'm gonna just double check the recording. Yep, not a black screen. That's what I want to see. Okay. Now here, you rotate into storm late because you were contested at shifty. Here you go. So the next storm goes bad again. So I think you make the call to your teammate. We need to move, right? Which is great. You need to move early to the storm, especially when like it fucks you, right? You don't want to be one of the late rotators for this one. Sorry. I literally just woke up. And yeah, so you rotate in, but you kill someone on the way, which is fine. If you guys had good loot, I wouldn't have pushed the guy you did. It's right here where you push him. You guys pushed this guy. I wouldn't have pushed him if you had good loot, but you had bad loot. So keep that in mind. If you've got good loot, just don't take these fights when storm is more important. Like always focus on positioning, especially when your loot's good and you have movement, you have good guns. But you guys didn't really, so it's fine. Now this over here is actually really interesting. So this zone that you're about to run to, if you can get into the center of this zone, right, you get the next 2 zones for free. So that's because it's a zone. You go in the middle of it, and then the next zone is this yellow one, and then the next zone before that goes in the middle, like every time, and then it's moving. So if you say you went in the center of this one here, right, and this zone went like, because it can only go around like this path, you'll always get like the next 2 zones, or you'll be like legit 2 blocks between the next zone. So when I see this zone, I always go in the middle. So the zone I'm talking about is not the one before moving, which is this one, not the one before that, or yeah, actually the one before that, but like before it's popped up. So the 5th zone, I believe. I think it's harder to explain when I say with numbers and easier to explain when I say like, I think it's the 3rd zone. Yeah, it's the 3rd zone. So there's the first moving zone, the second one, and then the 3rd one, like the third like proper zone at the very beginning of the game. Kind of. If you can get in the middle of that, it's so good.
We'll go around this hill. We can get into zone from behind.
Okay, so I like this rotate.
Oh, there's
pretty safe.
Gold shotgun. Yeah.
So shooting the team is fine and whatnot. See, like they spare brick here. Like you're in the open so hard here. Like you could easily just get beamed from this guy. Just put it. You see spare brick. Put a brick wall up. You know. If there's no spare brick, just put some wood up. You can go farm it back up or whatever. Either way.
It's just on the ground.
And then you take this fight. I don't like this. I would want you guys to go to storm here, because in a really stacked lobby, in like a CPL game, you're getting 3rd party to shit here. Everyone inside storm is just beaming the fuck out of you right now.
Guy camping that guy's up.
Okay, this is good. This is what you guys should have done, which is just rotate into storm. Do some builds. Like, yeah, it's good.
I can't get up here. You can only get up here if you have stretch res.
And look, this can't like, I don't know. This is like a great position because you're on like a kind of you know, not innocent. It's like, I don't know. You're kind of secretive, right? No one's really gonna focus you. But the thing is, when zone goes, first of all, care drop goes behind you and it's uncontested, and there's a bunch of wood here, which means you can easily wood build all the way to the care drop, wood build around the care drop, and not have to lose any materials. Right, so that's the kind of shit you like. You're only looking at this one team. When you were totaled, please look at your other options, especially before you rotate. Look at every option you can. Like, don't just sit there and do nothing. Okay, so the care drop is probably the best play here. And then you gotta remember, this zone is moving. The next zone after this one is moving. So there's no reason to go into the middle of this, which is what you end up doing. In fact, if you have a free rotate to like here, you shouldn't even use, like, you don't even need to use any movement. You can just rotate in, and you do. Because you see all these trees here, that gives you a free rotate. You can spam build and then just farm it up on the way.
They're moving now, It's perfect.
Okay, so here's the thing. You guys go for the geyser, but that's actually not the right play. Because you're going to get beamed. If zone was further, the geyser is right, but you're just going to get beamed when you use the geyser.
Oh shit, okay, yeah.
And also, I mean, you get unlucky. There's another guy going for it.
Hit him really hard. He jumped into your trap.
Okay, so that's good, and you get a lot of good loot out of it, but it's hard to, you know, you can't predict that, you know what I mean? You can't know that's going to happen. So you kind of get gifted on loot there.
I have ammo now, do you need?
Oh, I forgot to mention, you actually played really well this game, especially endgame. Okay, so main points so far are just, like, make sure you're looking around before you total and look at all your options. Also that geysers, or like whatever you call them, volcano events, or jump pads aren't always the best option. If you have a clean, like, natural cover, rotate to storm, right, take it.
Where to?
Also, maybe you didn't. I didn't see you look there, that's the issue. Right, maybe it was not a free rotate.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so here's an example of getting beamed. I don't know. This shit happens, and it happens a lot in CPL. There's not much you can do about it most of the time. This is a great spot though. What your teammate or whatever you've done here is great. You're in a spot where you can get gifted zone in like 3 of the scenarios, and then if it goes around here, you're not too bad to rotate. Like, you're not in a really bad spot, and you have a rift. You're in an okay spot here. You've got minis. I don't know what made your teammates holding, by the way. Like, if you, I don't know. You should always be holding more than just one set of, like, minis, you know what I mean? So that's kind of scary. But either way, good shit, just like tower building, all that. These are above storm surge because you got in those fights. Okay, so here's interesting. You guys go for, this is what I would say is a height play. Okay, so you're going for a quick rift, dive down, go on a really good spot and zone. The idea behind those kind of plays that you see people do is they build up and then they shoot at the other people on height. So they'll build, I'll just draw it on my screen. Say this is where you're landing, right here. You land here, you build up. There's another guy on height over here on the edge of storm. Storm's moving in like this, right? And then you beam the fuck out of him so he has to get up height, and then you get height when storm comes in, right? That's how you do it. But what you guys do instead is you land there and you turtle. That's not the right play. If you're going for a play like this, it's not the right play to turtle. You may not be comfortable playing height, but when it's free like this, you should always. When you're making a play like this, right? Like this is like almost a direct height play. Like you should have kept going up there. Okay, so regardless, say you never even used the rift and you never even got the rift and you're just turtling here, just for like learning sakes, I'll like just teach you as if it was mid ground. So here you guys are going for some shots, but you got to be pretty careful. Nice, you get rifted. Okay, so here's a really interesting one. You're 100 HP, right? When you're in a turtle, I want you to be peeking correctly as well, right? Right now, when you peek this, look at this. You peek fully. So you're peeking, window, you put your head against the window, your head's right here. If someone was up here on high ground, they can beam the fuck out of you, right? Of course, you're pressuring this guy, it's harder for him to hit you, he might, but the idea is you're in an easy spot. In fact, if this flat wasn't here and someone was low ground, they could jump and pump you. Now, a really good way to fucking stop this problem is you put a cone down right here. You sit right behind the cone, like a little happy person, you edit the window, and then as you're shooting, you spam crouch, or you spam whatever, and you're just sitting just where you can just peek on the cone. Like this is where your head should be, like around right here, right? Super hard for anyone to hit you, apart from the guy you're shooting, and even then, it's hard for him to hit you. And you'll get free shots, it's not any harder for you to, you know, like, so much better to do that than like full putting your head, like slamming against the window. So, that was a really risky peek. You peeked for a bit too long. like if he had a gold pump, you're dead. He had a blue pump, he hit you for 100. So if he had a gold pump, you were dead. So when you're taking these peaks and you're low on HP, I would honestly just say do it quickly, reset the edit. You don't need to commit so much to it because you're gonna get hit there like 9 out of 10 times when you're peaking, like when you're like fighting like that kind of thing. So first of all, that pyramid thing is ridiculously important, and you will die like legit so much less if you stop. Okay, so this is actually great. You make the like impulsive, but you know you need to high roll like some loot. You know you need to get a kill here to win when you're on 6 HP, and you do, right? So you get insane loot, you get a chug, right? And now you can just pop the chug and be happy. And you guys have heaps of mats, heaps of everything. This is now a 1 game. You know, like this is a perfect game to just win, or at least come really really high placement. So your teammate's getting railed here, and there's really not much you can do because you're popping the chug. Now, I don't know. I feel like here is a spot where you need to tell your teammate, like, come to me, and we're going to rotate early around the edge of storm. This rotate right here is really good. You have the storm acting as like a fake wall almost, and then your rotate is like clean, and you just bizzle snake, if you know how to bizzle snake. I believe you do. Okay, here's an interesting one. So, amazing play, right? Really good 2 kills. They did miss a few shots, but it was a great, you know, like clutch play to like help you win the game. Like you don't get anywhere near as far if you don't kill them both. But I don't know how hard it is in console, but I think you should learn it. You take this shot here, you reset the edit immediately, okay? You take another shot, you should reset the edit. You see how there was a big time there where he could have killed you and you couldn't have killed him with your pump there, right? Even if you have your P90 reloaded, you've got to remember, like, when you're versing really good players, they're gonna like rail you there like a lot of the time. It's kind of good here. Like honestly, you could have, if you had a P90, you could have gone pump P90, but as soon as you realize you can't do that, which was after you did the edit, right? Reset the edit. Practice resetting the edit. It's super useful. Either way, good shit. Like you just rail both of them. Okay, and here's like a really nuts thing. Okay, so this is good. This is good. You go out to a nice spot to jump pad. You go a bit too far, like for my liking. You didn't need to go that far, but you need to. What I would have done here is gone, and then you just put a flat above your head, and then you look up. You quickly just look up and see where the fuck you can put a jump pad without it getting blocked off. And I'm pretty sure putting it here would be fine, right? But we'll see. Like how you did the jump, like I like how you like stood directly where you're gonna get jump padded. Okay, here's another really big one. It's almost like you're going for a high play again. One, landing on this wall and then building over him and taking height is such a underrated play. Try it. It's insane. You have so many chances here where you could have taken free height. It's ridiculous. Now, you land on him. First of all, when you have traps, you don't go for the shot here. You put a ramp and you put a wall and you trap him, right? You don't, and regardless, you go for a shot here, then you build, right? You straight away you build. Height is more important than, like full height is more important than more damage, you know what I mean? Or than even killing him. Like 1 kill won't change anything, right? If he's 110 HP and you put a ramp on him, and you're just turbo building the ramp, and then you jump per flat, he's not gonna do anything to you, right? He's like low as fuck. Okay, he's a really big one as well. When you do get height, so you're in height now, the first thing you do, right? You don't really need to top out that much. No one shoots you down anymore. No one's gonna gun you down, right? Like at this point in the game, you shoot the other team on height, right? You're on console, just fucking aim at them, like rail them with that AK, and they will not be able to do this to you. They do it to you. So all the time here, when you're looking around like this, you need to be looking at the other side of the zone. So this is the way you do it. You look up, and you look at this kind of where you need to go, and if you see anyone, even just place a ramp, just fucking bully them. You know what I mean? That's why a minigun is so great on height. You just start bullying people. You see this guy, right? You just start shooting in his ramps. He peeks, you shoot on him, kind of thing. Those are the kind of things you got to be doing to hold your height. And then you do quick, like, so like he shoots you here. You'd be shooting at him, and then you'd be doing it. I don't know. You kind of be like shooting at him, and then quickly building to catch up to storm. it's okay to ride, like, it's okay to just let storm, like, hit your back a few times, like, not actually get ticked, but, like, kind of, you're, like, running in with the storm when you have height, as long as you're just holding it, you know what I mean? Now, height is harder to hold, so I don't blame you for that. And then here is a really good thing. I think your rotates here are actually really clean, especially for console. I've never seen console players, like, rotate like this, where they, you know, they're doing good walls and stuff like that. Like, you're blocking everyone off. You might want to put flats above your head because of the team above, but you're okay. Now, here's a good one as well. Okay, it sucks. Because you're going in one linear thing, you're not really thinking, like, going lower, going higher. And you have your own layer. But the issue around this is you're rotating too late on mid-ground. When you're mid-ground, the idea is you need to be ahead of the storm. Height, it's okay to be like where you are now. It's not okay to be mid-ground. And the reason is, well, you'll see, because you're going to hit the thing. So a way around this is you go around the edge of storm. Practice going really just fucking ham, run it to storm, and go around the edge, right? You're still building, right? Try to learn how to bizzle snake quickly, but like right now, if I'm you, I'm just running this way, right? Running like this, and if I can't get through the tree, I'm going down. So you do this kind of, but you're kind of like stopping yourself to put these walls. I think it's actually like, I don't know, you need to practice how to do it without stopping kind of thing. And then here, I would edit down if I were you, but it's hard in the moment, so you go for the break on the tree. Okay, this is clutch as fuck. This is like perfectly played. Now you still had mats, so you could have built it, but I'm assuming you just thought you were dead. Okay, this is so well played on low ground. Look at this. So, okay, when you're in low ground and you have these, taking these angles where you like hop up like this are so annoying to verse, because he will never see you until you're in his face. Like, good shit. Like, this is good. This is like, I like this. You were like just about to die to storm as well, and you get the kill. Like, this is clutch. Now, after you have this moment, alright, you need to take a breather. I would like, because you're going on the adrenaline. Just take a breather and look at where you need to go. Okay, I need to go above the hill, start double ramping. You know, you'd realize by now, at this point, if you were used to taking like more breathers and just being, okay, what should I do? You know what I mean? And that's another thing I noticed. You never really stop and like think. You never really stop and look at storm. You're always like in the action. Try to just like take a moment to be like, okay, what can I do here? What should I do here? Look at the storm. Where do I go? Now, this is pretty unlucky, but again, you should just play this one like you have no mats at this point and just try to beam him, right? Just try to like look up and spray the shit out of him. Okay, so I think the general gist here was take more breathers, right? Get more time, like look around when you're in this turtle here and see your better rotates. Don't always go for the movement, because you will get beamed sometimes. When it's moving zones, don't go on the edge. When you're in your turtle, please sit on a pyramid, sit behind the pyramid. Do not full peek the window. You will die legit so much less. And then what else? There was, oh yeah, if you're going to make a height play, go for height. And if you're going to go for height, make sure you're pressuring other people who are going for height. Otherwise, you'll just get beamed as you did, right? So little things like that, you need to learn. The height one's hard. I'm probably going to make a video on taking height and holding height on my YouTube channel when my PC fixes, which is fucking, I don't know when, like, please help me. But yeah, when that happens, I'll make a video. Should help a lot. Right now, I would just say, when you get height, pressure other teams on height. Just constant pressure. You just want to be shooting non-stop. It's not about building a huge top with a bunch of pyramids. When I play height, I just go one flat. I just go one straight flat line, and I just go over other people's builds. And if I get shot down, I just catch myself, right? I don't do the shit where I connect to everyone or anything like that. You don't need to. You're just shooting at everyone. Obviously, don't be like 3 stories high and doing that, but you don't need to be. You can just be just above everyone, shooting the shit out of them, and they can't do anything. Anyway, regardless, well played game on low ground. Should have taken height a few more times. When you did have height, you didn't pressure enough teams, and make sure you take more breathers, right? Also, if you're going to take shotgun shots, re-edit the wall. Learn how to do that. On PC, it's really easy to reset the wall, but it's very useful. So if you, I don't know, I think you should try to learn that on console. If you can't, then maybe just make sure your P90 is reloaded, because that was a really, really, like, sketchy scenario. You've clutched it the fuck out, though, which is nuts. That's what I'm telling, like, you're a nuts player, get into CPL, just fucking play the positioning more. Also, yeah, moving zone, remember, first moving. You don't need to be. You want to be on the edge. You don't need to be in the middle, especially when you have movement. If you don't have movement, you might want to be more central just in case you get fucked. But generally speaking, you need to be on the edge of those moving zones, or you don't need to be in the middle. Rather, it's more that you don't need to be in the middle than you need to be on the edge. But yeah, yeah, should work. Hopefully this one doesn't bug out. I'm gonna answer any questions.